Yeah, good evening, everyone. I hope you people might have got your Gemini API key, as I have told in the previous class, to be ready with it. Just raise your hands, those who do not have their Gemini API key. Am I audible to all? Hello. Okay. So if you people do not have your Gemini API key, then make it sure that you people get it soon. And without that, you people will not be able to connect your Node.js with the Google Gemini's API. All right. That's why it's really very important for you people in order to have your API key. Now, what do we have to do? We have to create this entire file structure. That is, inside my backend folder, I'm having my controllers folder, models folder, and then routes folder. Finally, I'm having my server.js, which is going to be the entry point of my backend program. All these things I have discussed in the previous class only. Now what I will do, at first, I'm going to create a schema for my MongoDB, inside which I'm going to store some kind of data. And what am I going to store inside my database? I am going to store the prompt that is being sent by the user. All right. Along with that, I will also store the AI response which the Google Gemini will be providing with me with. And along with that, I will also provide the category, and then I will provide the timestamp. All right. So here, all right, the question comes over here. Which built-in method of Mongoose do we use in order to create a schema? Anyone? What is the built-in method that we use to create a schema?
User schema.
User schema is not a built-in method, dear. All right, so you people keep on doing these kind of things, and then you will face the consequences during the project review. All right, and from the next class onwards, I will not be questioning any kind of questions to you people. All right, so just keep this thing in mind. And it's up to you whether you have to respond it when I will ask certain questions. All right. So now what is the first thing that I have to do over here? After installing the Mongoose dependency, I will import it using the require method is equal to require. Inside this, I will write Mongoose. Now here, I will create one more variable, that is const. Here I will create the idea schema. So in the previous class, we were storing the data of a user inside our MongoDB database. That is why I provided the name of the variable as user schema. But here in this case, I'll be storing the data about the idea which we are sending as the prompt, and then we are getting some response back from the Gemini as well. So that is why I am naming it as idea schema. And here the built-in method that I'm going to use is mongoose.schema method, which is used in order to create a Mongoose schema. So here I will provide the first field, that's my prompt, which will be the type of string. After the prompt, I will provide the AI response, which I want to save in my database. And this one is also going to be a string. Along with that, I will also provide the category of the prompt. In which category does the prompt lie? And finally, I will provide the timestamp. Here I will provide timestamp. Not the times series, it is timestamps. And this timestamp is going to be true. And finally, I will export this Mongoose schema with the help of module.exports is equal to mongoose.model. And this mongoose.model will take two parameters. First one is going to be the idea, and the next one is going to be the name of the schema. That's it. So now we have created our Mongoose schema successful. After that, we are going to write the main logic through which we are going to fetch the response from the Gemini. So what we will do, we will go to our idea controller.js. Over here, I will import the Google Generative AI that I have installed. All right, the Google Generative AI package. So how am I going to install it? I will write const with a variable name Google Generative AI, followed by the require keyword, require method. Inside this, name of the schema. After that, I will import the schema that I have just created. That is my idea schema. So here I will write const idea is equal to, inside the require method, I will provide the file path. That is my, inside the models folder, I want the idea.js. Here I will create a function. And before that, what I will do, I have told you to be prepared with your Gemini API key. So I will store that Gemini API key in a variable, that is const gen AI is equal to, here I will create new Google Generative AI. Inside this, I will access the data present inside my .env file with the help of process.env dot, and the name that I have provided to it is Gemini API key. Here comes the method name. That is, so previously what we used to do, we just used to export it with the help of module.exports. Now, here comes another method to export our functions. So before writing functions or any arrow kind of functions, what do? We just write exports followed by dot and then the name of my function. It is generate idea. So this generate idea is the name that I have provided to the function. And which kind of function is this? This one is the asynchronous function, which will take request and response as the parameters. These things we have already discussed in the previous classes. All right. So in the CRUD operations, which data did we require from the user? We required the name, email, and age from the user. All right. And where did the user use to provide the data? In the body. That is why we used to write request.body in order to take the data from the user. So here what I will do, I will take two things from the user. That is, I will take the prompt that the user will be providing. Along with that, the user is also going to provide the category of the prompt. Whether the prompt is regarding some kind of business or education or current affairs, etc. So those fall under the category. So here I will write request.body. Inside this, I will initialize a try-catch block. Right. So inside the try-catch block, I will be creating a variable that is const model is equal to, here I will take the gen AI variable which I have to which I have provided the Gemini API key. All right. So here I will write gen AI. Then I will use a inbuilt method that is get generative model, this one. And inside this model, what is the main thing that I will do? I will write the model which I am using. And which model am I using? I am using the Gemini 1.5 Flash model over here. Gemini 1.5 Flash model over here. So now the question arises, what is the use of this get generative model? All right. So this model is a built-in method. And if it is a built-in method, then in which package is this model, is this built-in method present? This built-in, who is the one who is speaking? Is there any doubt with you? Hello. All right. If there are no any doubts, then please switch your mics off.
No, ma'am.
So here, I was saying that this get generative model is a built-in method. And to which package does it belong? It belongs to the same package, that is Google Generative AI package. All right. After that, what is the purpose of using this built-in method? This method is used to load a specific Gemini model that we are interacting with. And which model are we interacting? Gemini 1.5 flat. And there are several different models, such as the Gemini 1.5 Pro, which is more powerful, but the Pro is a bit slower. All right. Then comes the Flash. This Flash is faster and is also helpful with because it is faster and it is also a lighter model as compared to the Pro. All right. After this, we are going to write what is the result that we are getting. All right. So how to get the results from Gemini? We will be getting const result is equal to followed by the await keyword. Here we will write model dot. Inside this, we will use one more built-in method, that is the generate content method. And this generate content method is helps us to actually send our prompt to the Gemini API. All right. Here, this generative model is used to provide which model are we using, and the generate content is used to send our prompt to the Gemini API. And then the AI generated text, which is provided by the Gemini API, is responded back to us. All right. After that, inside the generate content, we are going to write prompt. The same prompt that the user is writing in the writing as the request. That's it. After that, we will create a variable that is const AI response is equal to. Here, what we will do? We are going to create. See, in the previous class, we were discussing about the JSON data. We are sending the request in JSON format. Along with that, we are also getting the request from the Gemini API in the JSON format only. But here, what we will do? We are going to convert that JSON data into text format. All right. So, in order to convert it, what do we have to write? We just have to write result dot response dot text method in order to convert it to the text format. Then comes one more variable, that is new idea is equal to. Here I will write one more await keyword. After that, I will take the idea, which is storing my idea schema. And then here, using the create method, I am going to store the prompt, AI response, and category which I want to save. Prompt, the AI response. Along with that, I am also storing the category. So this is the much that we have to do in order to get the response from the Gemini after sending a prompt. And if any error occurs in the process, that will be handled by the catch block. So here I will write console.error. Inside this, the main error will be provided to us. After that, it will respond us with a status code of 500. 500, and along with that, a JSON message. And this message will take an error. Here I will provide AI generation failed. And after that, we are also going to add the details. And this detail will take the error message. And here I will write error. That's it. So this is my first function. After that, I am going to create one more function. So this was my generate idea. And then after generating the idea, I will be using the get idea function in order to make a get request. So here I will write exports dot get ideas is equal to, this one is also an asynchronous function. This will also take the request and response. Over here, we will again provide a try catch block, followed by const ideas is equal to, here I will write await, and then I will use the variable which is storing my idea schema, that is idea. And then in order to read the data which is present inside my MongoDB, I am going to use the find method. And inside, after getting that data, what I will do, I will sort that data on the basis of the time it has been created. So here I will write created. Okay. Before that, what I have to do? Inside my idea.js, instead of, yeah, okay, let's just do one thing. We'll just provide it only the find method in order to find it, and without sorting the data on the basis of the time in which it has been created. So we are just reading the data, and if the request is successful, then it will provide us the status code of 201 with a JSON message, and in that message we will get the idea that has been stored inside our database. And then again, if any error occurs, it will throw us the error. That's it. So now we have created the schema, our main business logic. Now what do we have to do? We have to provide the routes, that is the API endpoint, in order to access these functions that we have just created. All right. So now we will move to our routes folder, and inside that we are going to assign routes to our functions. So here I will go to my idea routes. Inside this, I will import express is equal to, here I will use the require method, and here I will write express. And then I will also import that couple of functions that I have created inside the idea controller. That is the generate idea and get idea. So for that, I will create two variables, that is generate idea and then the get ideas, and import it using the require method. So here I will declare a path where it is stored inside the idea controller. So here I will provide one more variable, that is router, and to this I will assign the express.router because we are providing it the routes. That is why we need the router middleware of express. So since we are storing this router middleware inside the router variable, that is why in order to make the post request or get request, we have to use the router with smaller dot post. And inside the post method, I will pass the API endpoint as the first parameter. And here I will provide generate idea. To this, I will assign the function generate idea.
Ma'am, we will require .css file also.
CSS file for what?
All the JS extensions you were taking means for stylings and all .css files will be not required.
See, we are working in the backend, right? Can you tell me why do we use the CSS?
We use for styling, ma'am.
We use CSS for styling, right? But here, in this case, we are working with the backend. So in backend, we do not need any kind of styling. And we are going to, were you there in the previous class when I was teaching the CRUD API, the CRUD operations? Were you there in the previous class when I was teaching the CRUD operation? Hello. Ranjan, I guess, Ravi Ranjan.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you there in the previous class when I was teaching CRUD operation?
Yeah, ma'am. Post CRUD, put delete and all.
So did I use CSS over there?
No, ma'am.
So what were we using in order to test our APIs? See, this is what happens when you don't listen in the class. We use the Postman testing. Yeah, good, Manoj. We use the Postman testing application in order to test our APIs that we are developing in a backend. So whenever we are creating the backend, at that time we do not need CSS. So here I have provided the route in order to get the generate idea function in order to execute it. Now one more function is there, that is get ideas. So here, in order to read whichever data is present inside my database, I'm going to make a get request. So here again, I will provide an endpoint with get ideas. And to this, I will provide the function get ideas as a second parameter. Now finally, I will export the routes. So here, in order to export them, we will write module dot exports is equal to router. And then we will save this file. Now we will jump straight to our server.js, where we'll be calling our router, and we will assign them the endpoint and connect our mongoose with the node.js. So here, since we are using the data present inside our .env file, we are going to import it, and then we will also declare a method, that is config method, in order to use the data present in our .env file. So here I will write require .env .config. After that, I will provide const express is equal to require express, followed by I will also import the mongoose is equal to require mongoose. And then I will take the idea routes, is equal to require, inside this the file path. From the routes, I need the idea routes. After importing them, I will assign the express to the app variable is equal to express. And then in order to send and receive the data in JSON format, I will use app.use. Inside this, I will provide express.json. And the next step is, here we will provide the endpoint for our idea routes. So for that, I will provide app.use. Inside this, I will provide API and then ideas, followed by the idea routes. Finally, using the connect method of mongoose, first parameter is going to be my mongo URI process dot env dot mongo URI. So using the connect method, I will connect it, followed by the then block. If the connection is successful, then it will provide us with the app dot listen method. Inside this, I will provide the port number. So here I will take process dot env dot port, followed by here one more function which will print in the console server within backticks server is running on port. Instead, I can also write HTTP localhost followed by the port number. I'll write the same over here. And after writing this, what we will do? The port is declared. And after that, I will provide the cache block. And inside the cache block, we are going to handle the error. And then it will print the error inside the console. That's it. So this is how we have created and saved our methods. I will go to the terminal. And inside this, I will run my uh, 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 backend file. Along with that, I will also provide and MongoDB connected. Here I will write cd week 1. Okay, week 1 is also there. All right. Here we have week 1 followed by the backend folder. And then we have to write node 1 server.js. Okay, so here uh, we have to put this entire thing in console.log, and then we will save. See, in the console, we are getting server is running on HTTP localhost 5000 and MongoDB connected. Now what we have to do? We will just open our Postman. Number is 5000, followed by the API and then ideas. So here API ideas moving to the idea routes. Inside this, I will use the generate idea. And inside the body, what do I have to provide as the data? I will provide the prompt and category. So here I will write prompt, this business idea, or I can also say explain me about the concept of Newton's third law of motion. All right, this is my prompt. And then I will provide the category. This should be the comma. Here I will provide the category. And this category will go into physics. And then I will send it. It's taking a few time. Yeah, let's just wait for a while because it is taking a a lot of time in order to, because Gemini also thinks, right? Gemini thinks and then it provides us with the answer. So we just have to wait for a while so that we can get the entire answer about the gravity. Okay, see, after I have changed the prompt from what is the sum of 2 and 3, it is saying provided it is providing us the error because I'm sending it less than a particular time span, right? So what is providing me the error? It is providing me the error that is model is overloaded. Please try again later. So after a while, if you will send the same prompt again after 2 to 3 minutes or 4 to 5 minutes, then it will provide us with the data. Is there any doubt inside the code? And one more thing that I have to let you people know is that we have provided the limited number of prompts using this API key. Once you reach that particular limit, then it will automatically throw you an error that you have reached this particular limit. So you have to try it in the next day in order to send the same prompt. So try the code in your respective laptops and PCs. If you get any error, you know what you have to do. Ask that to me in the next class. And if you are not having any kind of error, then you people can leave them later. If you people do not have any kind of doubt, then you can leave. Me, this is the Mon stack, right? I'm teaching Mon stack over here. So just send the same query to the support team, and if they allow you, in order to. No, it's not going to take this much of time, Yashwini. It will take less time, just because I'm sending the request in a very short interval of time without a long gap. That is why it is taking a little bit of time. And to Samir, I would say, like, forward your query to the support team, and if they allow you to use some different tech stack. This is the old method. Now this use new URL parser and use unified topology is not much in use after. Alright. Okay. See, instead of Gemini, you people can also use the Open API. That is also that is also about. See, in the terminal also, it is providing us that the model is overloaded. Please try later. We will stop the server and then we will run it again. Mode mode. Server. Yes. It's running again. Let's try to send it again. All right. It takes a little bit of time in order to provide us the response. I guess it's visible to all because the network, there is no network issue on my side. Yeah. All right. If there are no any doubts with you people, then you can leave the meeting and do this practice in your own IDE. All right. And then provide me in the next class which responses are you getting. Bye, everyone.